All right, let's be honest for a second. You know that feeling, right? That little heart-stopping moment where you instinctively pat your pocket for the third time in 10 minutes just to make sure it's still there. You get that brief flash of panic, followed by the quiet, cool reassurance of steel. Today, we're diving headfirst into the world of the very firearms that cause that exact feeling, micro-revolvers. And look, these aren't just small guns. These things are absolute masters of disappearance. We're not talking about your grandpa's old wheel gun, with a barrel long enough to double as a walking stick. We're talking about featherlight, completely snag-free tools of personal security. The kind of gun you carry when even a compact pistol like a Glock 43 feels like you're hauling around a cinder block. Now I can already hear the keyboards clicking. Dude, it's 2025. Why on earth are we still talking about revolvers? And you know what? That's a fair question. While half the gun world is busy debating stipple textures and the latest red dot footprints, a whole other group of us are quietly dropping 5 or 6 rounds of stone-cold, dead simple reliability into a pocket and just going about our day. No printing, no fuss, just the pure, mechanical peace of mind that only a wheel gun can offer. So, if you're in the market for a rock-solid backup gun, a solution for carrying in just shorts and a t-shirt, or you just appreciate a minimalist tool that does its job without complaint, stick around. We're counting down 5 game-changing revolvers that will fit into your life and your jeans like they were never even there. The North American Arms Pug. Let me tell you, the very first time I slipped the NWA Pug into my pocket, I had a genuine, full-blown moment of panic. I was absolutely convinced I'd lost it. I did the whole frantic, TSA-style pat-down on myself right there in my own hallway, only to find it nestled right beside my chapstick, acting like it owned the place. That right there is exactly why the Pug is on this list. This gun isn't just an example of deep concealment, it is the absolute definition of it. It's not just small, it's borderline microscopic. If this thing were any smaller, you'd probably need to be a watchmaker just to load it. But don't you dare let that tiny size fool you. The Pug is a serious tool, but it's designed for one very specific job: ending a threat that has gotten way, way too close for comfort. This isn't the gun for a shootout down a long hallway. This is for creating space and giving you an opportunity to escape when you have absolutely zero of either. We're talking a total length of just 4.5 inches and a weight of only 6.4 ounces. It's a 5-shot, single-action-only revolver chambered in .22 Magnum. And yes, that means for every single shot you have to manually cock that tiny hammer, just like you're in some old spaghetti western. But let's be real here. You're not trying to win any marksmanship trophies with the Pug. You're making a very loud, very final point at arm's length. Shooting it is an experience. It's shockingly loud for its size, but the recoil is more of a sharp, angry snap than a heavy push. The grip is minuscule, so you've got to hold on tight. But for the distances this gun is built for, across a car hood or over a tabletop, it is more than capable. Reloading is slow and methodical, so you learn to treat those 5 shots like gold, but its reliability is fantastic. It's a simple, tough little machine. The Pug is not a comfortable range gun. It's a get-off-me gun. It's the firearm equivalent of a fire extinguisher. You really hope you never have to use it, but you'll be incredibly glad it's there if you do. If a Hornet and a Zippo lighter had a baby, it would be the NWA Pug. The Smith & Wesson 340 PD. You know that old saying, good things come in small packages? Well, whoever said that never touched off a full-power .357 Magnum from the Smith & Wesson 340 PD. Because this revolver isn't just a gun, it's an event. This gun earned its spot because it represents the absolute peak of the power-to-weight ratio in the revolver universe. It is, quite literally, the lightest .357 Magnum on the planet, and that fact alone makes it a modern marvel of engineering. If you demand serious, fight-stopping power in a package that weighs less than a can of soup, then this is your huckleberry. You will never, ever feel this in your pocket. But trust me, you will absolutely feel it in your hand. It's 6.3 inches long and weighs a barely there 11.8 ounces. That unbelievable lightness comes from a frame made of scandium alloy, which sounds like something ripped out of Star Wars but is a real, incredibly strong material, and a cylinder made of titanium. It's a 5-shot, hammerless, double-action-only design that's as smooth and snag-free as a wet bar of soap. Shooting this gun is a true paradox. If you load it with .38 Special Plus P, it's snappy, but for a trained shooter, it's very controllable. But then you load it with Full House 357 Magnum, and you better hold on tight. The experience is brutally concussive. The recoil is severe. I am not kidding when I say this is for experienced shooters with strong wrists. This is not a beginner's gun. It's a professional's tool for deep concealment when compromising on power is simply not an option. The double-action trigger is heavy, as it should be, but it's also smooth. Exactly what you want and need in a defensive pocket gun. The 340 PD is the very definition of a pocket rocket. It's not fun to shoot with magnum loads, but it is incredibly reassuring to carry. This is the gun you carry when your holster needs to whisper a very, very credible threat. It's not a friendly handshake. It's a quiet promise of overwhelming force. The Ruger LCR. At first glance, the Ruger LCR looks, well, it looks a little bit like a toy. It has that futuristic polymer look that can make old-school gun guys raise a skeptical eyebrow. And then you shoot it. And all that skepticism instantly vanishes in a cloud of gun smoke. The LCR is on this list because it is, arguably, the best all-around modern snub-nosed revolver on the market today. It masterfully balances low weight, genuine shootability, and modern design. Where the Pug is a tiny specialist, and the 340 PD is an untamed beast, the LCR is the daily driver. This is the one you can carry all day long, and then actually take to the range and practice with comfortably. We're looking at 6.5 inches in length, and a weight of 13.5 ounces for the 38 Special Plus P model. The frame is a brilliant hybrid, with a polymer fire control housing on the bottom, married to a monolithic aluminum frame on top. This design is what keeps it both light and incredibly strong. It also comes standard with a Hogue Tamer grip, which does a fantastic job of soaking up recoil. But here is where the LCR truly shines: the trigger. Without any exaggeration, the factory double-action trigger on the LCR is one of the best you will ever feel on a revolver of this size. It's incredibly smooth, with no grit, no stacking, and just a clean, crisp break. This makes it so much easier to shoot accurately than many of its competitors. At 7 to 10 yards, you can put rounds on target all day long and your hand won't feel punished for it. It vanishes in a pocket holster but has just enough substance and a fantastic grip to make shooting a genuinely pleasant experience. The Ruger LCR is the Toyota Camry of pocket revolvers, and I mean that as the highest possible compliment. It isn't flashy, it's not exotic. It just works, every single time, with boring, predictable excellence. It's the smart, practical choice for the person who wants a revolver they can truly live with. The Smith & Wesson 642. There is a very good reason the Smith & Wesson 642 is still one of the best-selling revolvers in America after all these years. It has this rugged, no-nonsense charm to it. It's like a trusty old pair of leather work boots. They might not be the most stylish thing in your closet, but you know deep in your bones that they will never, ever let you down. The 642 is here because it is the undisputed, time-tested standard. This is the benchmark. All other pocket revolvers are measured against this gun. For decades, this J-frame has been the go-to choice for backup guns and deep concealment for countless law enforcement officers and armed citizens alike. It has earned its legendary reputation through sheer, unglamorous, unrelenting reliability. It's 6.3 inches long and weighs 14.6 ounces, making it just a touch heavier than the LCR. This airweight model holds 5 rounds of 38 Special Plus P, and its hammer is fully enclosed within the frame, making the draw from a pocket or an ankle holster completely snag-free. It is a pure, simple, double-action-only tool. Shooting the 642 is a very honest experience. The trigger is heavier and has more stacking than the one on the LCR, but with practice, it's consistent and predictable. The recoil with Hot Plus P rounds is stout, but it's manageable, thanks in part to that extra ounce or two of weight it has over the Ruger. It's a gun that just feels solid and substantial in your hand. It may not have all the modern comforts of the LCR, but it has a legacy of performance that you can literally feel. The 642 might not have the best trigger or the lightest frame on this list, but it has something that can be just as valuable: a bulletproof track record. It is a proven design that you can absolutely bet your life on. It's the revolver version of a cast iron skillet, A little old school, a little heavy, but it will probably outlive you, and it will get the job done every single time. The Kimber K6s. Every once in a while, a gun comes along that just feels right. It's more than just functional, it's refined. It has a level of fit, finish, and thoughtful design that truly sets it apart from the pack. For me, that gun is the Kimber K6s, and that's why it's sitting at the top of this list. The K6s is number one because it does something that should be nearly impossible. It gives you the ammunition capacity of a larger gun and the shootability of a heavier gun, all while being packaged in a frame that is still shockingly concealable. It's small enough to vanish, but it's substantial enough to let you fight with it effectively. And here's the kicker. It holds 6 rounds of .38 Special. That's a 20% increase in capacity over every other gun on this list. At 15.9 ounces and with a 2-inch barrel, it is the heaviest gun here, but that weight is used so wisely. The all-stainless steel construction feels solid and absolutely premium in the hand. The trigger is a non-stacking double action that is just phenomenal. It's smooth, light, and unbelievably crisp. And the sights are excellent, with a bright front dot that your eyes can track with ease. The shooting experience is where you really understand the price tag. The K6s shoots like a much larger revolver. That extra weight combined with that fantastic trigger and a great grip tames recoil beautifully. Even with Hot Plus P ammo, it feels less like a compromise and more like a primary weapon. It just inspires confidence. It makes you feel like you can make precise shots, quickly and effectively. It's the only gun on this list that I would actually call fun to shoot. The Kimber K6s is a masterpiece of modern revolver design. It's the most shootable, most refined, and highest capacity gun in its class. Yes, it costs more, but you can see, feel, and shoot the difference. If the S&W 642 is a work boot, the K6s is a high-end hiking boot. It's still tough as nails, but it has all the modern technology and comfort to help you perform at your absolute best. It truly is the pinnacle of the pocket revolver. So, there you have it. 5 revolvers that prove that simplicity and reliability truly never go out of style. These are tools designed for when you need your firearm to be a seamless part of your life, not a burden. But please, remember the most important part of all this. A small gun is still a very serious weapon. Get yourself to the range, practice your draw, and do your dry fire drills. Owning the tool is just the first step. Mastering it is what really counts. Now, I've got to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let me know what your go-to deep concealment piece is. Is it one of these or something else entirely? There are no wrong answers here, only personal choices. Stay safe, stay smart, and for the love of all that is good, invest in a quality pocket holster. Your lint trap will thank you.